week into the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. This will make it into the end zone, and they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. First carry now for the former Badger, Jonathan Taylor. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
On second down, it's Taylor. And nothing but daylight ahead. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jonathan Taylor, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Colts are going to take a first-quarter lead. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Throwing here to start the drive. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
First down, New York.
Back to throw now on first down. And he hits his running back, Tevin Coleman. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 19 yards there on the catch and run. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 36. This is Coleman. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure you're back. You spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. Remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the tuck rule that they can fall back on anymore.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. They'll drop this down to Coleman. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
4th down.
The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. They give it off to the tight end. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down.
And the Jets first down.
They'll run with Coleman on first down. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers putting their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the second and the third level.
And he's in. Touchdown, Jets.
Touchdown.
Tevin Coleman, his fourth touchdown on the year. And the Jets are an extra point away from tying this thing up. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And this will make it into the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offensive sails because they had it going pretty good last time, too.
Had to sit over there for a little while, didn't they? You know, they were eager, amped up to get back on the field after just scoring, hoping to get the ball back quickly. That didn't happen, so I'd say come out, just kind of get started again. You know, doesn't have to be anything dramatic. Just get moving, get loose again, and see if they can get it downfield.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Shotgun now for Wentz. Looking for Campbell downfield. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Marcus May with a pick. And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line. So, CD, his very first pass of the afternoon intercepted.
And I know that's a major surprise for any quarterback because, look, let's face it, no one thinks about throwing interceptions. But think about all the warm-up that we saw, right? Every pass he threw wasn't a single interception because, oh, that's right, there were no defenders out there. A little bit different when there's live guys out there chasing the football.
And he is in. Touchdown, New York.
Touchdown.
Tevin Coleman with his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Jets have taken the lead. And a pair of rushing touchdowns now for him in the first quarter.
And I'm liking what I'm seeing from his big guys up front because they're winning the leverage game. How many times we talk about low man wins, right? Move the defensive front aside, create those.
Up to that O-line and hit each of them on the helmet. He recognized.
That's a smart man. You know what else he should do? If this continues, take them all to dinner.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. They'll run the toss here with Taylor. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Big Sheldon Rankins there to bring him down.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Throwing is Wentz. Looking for Campbell downfield. This is caught. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Paris Campbell, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Colts have tied things up. They can take the lead with the extra point. Extra point right down the middle. And with it, his guys take the lead here by a point. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Here's a quick throw out to Mims. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. That catch good for only a couple.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. They'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He's got a man, complete. And he is going to have a Jets 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports.
14, Jets 13.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
From the 35, back to work on 2nd and 4. They'll look to throw again. On the screen, this is Coleman. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
And give him about 3 as he gets it down to the 22-yard line.
Coleman, the ball carrier.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Coleman has it here right side. It's a 4-yard pickup, and they're going to have a 3rd down.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Seventh play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. The Colts D sticking to their assignments, and that brings up 4th. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You got to get it done with your offensive unit.
And his kick is indeed good. And with that, they'll take a 2-point lead here in quarter number 2. 14. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 26-yard line.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. They'll run with Taylor. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
No, Jonathan Taylor didn't get the yardage he wanted on that carry. But I think this is central casting for him to be with the Colts. A big, strong, physical offensive line that goes with his running style. Elite speed, elite power. I think he'll catch more passes out of the backfield in the NFL than he did at Wisconsin. And yards after contact, that's his forte. The only thing he's got to improve on, taking care of the football. Put it on the ground way too often at Wisconsin. If he learns to hang on to it, he could be one of the surprises in the NFL.
His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
First and 10, Taylor now. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. On 2nd down, it's Taylor. Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. Past the 20. 10. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jonathan Taylor with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Colts are going to jump back in front. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
29-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
And he'll get 2, maybe 3, up near the 37.
Coleman, the ball carrier.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
3-yard pickup. And it's 3rd down.
Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. DeForest Buckner able to get him for a loss of about 3.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot the last couple of games.
Now the Jets going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1.
1st down, Jets.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Give the sack to Kamoko Toure. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
2nd and long. This will be caught inside the 10. What a grab. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. They'll look to throw. Toward the pylon, caught. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Tevin Coleman on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Jets have once again taken the lead. He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go.
Jets 23, Colts 21.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on 1st down, and it's something that's...
Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. LaMarcus Joyner with a pick. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half.
You're trailing. You're trying to get points late in half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Kenny Moore. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Intercepted. The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 36-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find it.
On Wentz is intercepted yet again. It's the rookie from Cal, Ashton Davis. And he brings this one back. It's a pick six and a Jet touchdown. A big play there by the rookie. An interception followed by the return for 6 points.
If you want to be accepted by your teammates and coaching staff, make plays like that.
And that makes it a 9-point game. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll send you down to Orlando and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
The kickoff for Indianapolis.
And the Jets set to receive this third quarter kickoff, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in the second half. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
The Jets take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Now a pass dumped off to his running back. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
To Tevin Coleman.
A gain of 32 that time.
That's why you call a screen. You want to catch a defense overcommitting. Plenty of space available, and that matched up perfectly. What a convoy he got downfield to pick up big yardage on that play.
On first down, it's Coleman, and he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4.
Coleman, the ball carrier.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
They'll come out in a 4-receiver look. 3 men to the right side on 2nd and 6. Here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 15 yards on the play. First down. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
And not much running room. Down to the 32. Charvarius Ward there to make the stop.
Well, obviously they would have at least liked to have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage. Instead now, they're dealing with 2nd and long.
I thought they would have passed it after the penalty. Probably wish they would have now. Now a throw here on 2nd down, and that's complete. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
third down. He'll drop to throw. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Grover Stewart, he's the culprit, causes a loss of 5, and it brings up fourth down. So out comes the field goal team now for the second time here today. He was true on his first. This a tough one from 49 yards away. And that is no good. No good. Wide to the left. And this score will stay right where it is.
Always disappointing when you miss a field goal, but when you're playing against a defense this good, you and I both know that's a crucial miss because you can't afford to leave any points out there. You've got to take them when you can.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
At the 38-yard line.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Here's Wentz to throw. He'll get this one to Pittman. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Michael Pittman, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Colts have got it back to a one-score game. And the lead is down to 2.
Makes the score Jets 30, Colts 28. Rodrigo.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Taken in at the 3. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
Their own 26-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Pretty important third quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. Tackle made by Grover Stewart.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
Second down at 5.
Number 53. I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play. 53.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
And it's 3rd down.
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked up by Darius Leonard, the linebacker. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. They brought the house that time on the young rookie, maybe a little rattled through the pick.
And you have to be prepared for a lot of pressure as a rookie quarterback because most defensive coordinators are going to test you that way. So when you see that, the ball's got to get out of your hands quickly, and that means your receivers have to understand they have to break off their routes quickly as well.
And he struggles to get a yard here, maybe a yard, down to the 31.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They fake the give. Now Wentz. That's complete to Hines out of the backfield. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and all of a sudden here it's 3rd down.
A gain of 2 brings up 3rd and 7.
Working from the gun, Wentz. And that will be incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
And that hits the right upright and caroms away. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So kind of a tough break there. No real hook or slice to that one, but he's denied by the upright.
And he basically hits it just straight as an arrow. But yeah, since he's on the hash mark to begin with, straight as an arrow isn't good enough.
A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the 3rd quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the 4th quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Coleman. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 11 yards there, 1st down.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation when they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the Colts' 41-yard line.
Here's a quick throw out left. That's caught. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a 1st down. Well, probably the only thing he did wrong there was go out of bounds, nursing this 4th quarter lead. You want to stay in, eat the clock.
Yeah, you got to love the effort, the catch, the extra yardage, but you got to know the situation. Stay in bounds, young man.
They'll run on 1st down. Coleman. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Tevin Coleman. 27 yards, and the Jets find a way to stretch their lead. And let's not forget he had the receiving touchdown earlier, now a trio of rushing touchdowns. Quite a performance.
Diversification, that's all you can talk about. His ability to do everything leaves him on the field on every down on offense because you can hand it to him, as we've seen. Would you say 3 rushing touchdowns? And, of course, throw it to him where he's caught 1 as well.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will make it into the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20 to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical. Wentz now on 1st down. Looking for Campbell downfield. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here.
At the 25-yard line.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. From the gun, it's Wentz. He's going to go up top again. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. Demir Bird, the intended receiver. And that'll make it 3rd down.
10.
Wentz looking for Campbell downfield. And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Paris Campbell with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Colts able to get this back within a touchdown. And it's up and good.
Makes the score Jets 37, Colts 35.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Now this will make it into the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
At their own 18-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And they've seen their lead nearly extinguished after that last score, but bottom line, they are still on top with the football. And a touchdown on this drive would really put them in position A. Shavarius Ward in on the tackle. A tight game like this, such a tough spot for the offense to be in. Even though they have the lead, Charles, back up so close to their goal line, they got to protect the football.
And that's when you have to take care of your team with play calling as well. Not a lot of misdirection, not a lot of counters, not a lot of plays where you have extra ball handling. Get it right to the hands of your running back.
And he'll be brought down by the Colts.
Brandon, more often than not, you'd say they've had his number, and we can count them up so far. 1, 2, 3, 4 sacks given up. But guess what? He's still been able to make some plays, and right now they have a lead.
The Jets on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
I'm looking at this with my defensive eyeglasses on because you remember the old days when a tight end saw a linebacker covering him and thought he had a mismatch? But the way they can run nowadays, not necessarily so. They gave it a shot downfield. That one incomplete.
Here's the Jets punter now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. A nice job getting free on the return for 13 yards. And the Colts are set up well as they take over first short side of the field. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Taylor. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. And he's going to get this down close to a first at about the Jets' 29. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Nyheim Hines, his first carry. Down to about the 22 here.
Hines, the
They run with Taylor. And this is not going to do it as he's stopped at the 2-yard line. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. They'll come out in the pistol. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. And he takes it in for a Colts score. Marlon Mack, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Colts have taken the lead here in the fourth. And the lead is up to 5.
good. Makes the score Colts 42, Jets 37.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Now this will make it into the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They're down here in a one-score game. But the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Well, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on third down. Back to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the offense will get this one back. Boy, that could have been catastrophic at this late stage of the game, but they avoid disaster. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. And down by 5, they've got to go for it here on fourth down. Back to throw now in his own end zone. He's going to let it fly. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Rock Ya-Sin. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's the guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And still 2 timeouts defensively, but even if they choose to use those, 3 kneel downs should be enough to get out of here with a victory.
And that's exactly what's being stated into the head coach's headset. Oftentimes they have a guy upstairs who monitors this at the end of the game. Little clock management 101.
Here's second and a yard. On play action, Wentz. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout.
1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Wentz to throw. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help